So welcome to prisoner cell block V. It's a curious eccentricity that for a short period of time while the changing of the guard is on, this sort of island in the middle of the road becomes a temporary enclosure, as they do shut off all the roads. You know, you've got various movements of horses and guards. You can see some coming up here, look. And they shut off all the roads. You can see that it's surrounded by people absolutely everywhere. It's a Saturday, and the change of the guard now only happens every 2 days. So, quite literally, there's 1,000 billion people here. And what happens is, I mean, I've done this before, so I know that they eventually open it up. But essentially, you have people walking around this great big circle. They're walking around and around, and they're looking for the way out. But there is no way out. There really isn't. Of course, this is the perennial celebration of security, sort of reinforcing the mythology of what the royal family represent. Are a set of guards / Philharmonic Orchestra members who are playing all of the greatest themes from the greatest films, reinforcing the dream world that is red jackets, bearskin hats, black horses for psychological warfare. But if I've mentioned it before, but the black horses, by the way, for psychological warfare, black horse meaning death, is actually aimed at the English. Because there was once in our history a time when English people wanted to kill the monarchy. There's an army photographer out and about today as well, getting all of the wonderful mythological imagery. But probably missing out one thing, that all of these people, look at their faces. They're like, how do we get out? And this guy, they're community support officers, hire a cop. Their job is, if anyone breaks the fence, if anyone goes through this fence and tries to cross the road, like that lady there, yeah, a prisoner has escaped. Like how concerned he is. Where is he? He's concerned, you see. Bloody prisoners escaping from our internment camp. And of course people come up here and they just absolutely love seeing all the security. But they probably never ever ask themselves, what is it that the royal family are scared of? Are they actually scared of the English? Why is there so much security around here? Why do they need to surround all of their buildings with people who have guns? I think the only thing that could really cap this off is if they brought, a big missile. Along when the guards come down the mall, maybe they could bring a missile down the mall along with it, and everyone could go, "Wow, look at that fracking missile." Got told off for swearing the other day on my videos, so I try not to. Because of course they do have the Royal Air Force down there today, mixing it with the army. This police officer man is being very nice. I heard him earlier on say, "Oh, another photo. Oh, everyone wants photos of me with girls." So he's enjoying the minor celebrity-ism of being a prison warden in a temporary internment camp. Got another thought that I want to share with you. Once I have escaped from prison cell block V for Victoria. What a miserable lady. Excuse me, how do we get out of here?
There's a crossing point just down here, but because the guards are about to step off, they're closed at the moment. In 5-10 minutes, this will all be finished.
Does that mean that we're sort of temporarily trapped in here?
Well, you're stuck, yeah, because you can't leave because the guard's about to march off.
Okay.
Okay, it's only 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. And then we get our freedom back.
Prisoner, are you? You choose to be here at the moment because the guard is about to step up.
You will be imprisoned here for a temporary amount of time.
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying, we are prisoners, aren't we? I mean, I want to leave.
At all.
I want to leave. Yeah. Could you escort me across the road, possibly?
She says no, because I need
I'm not allowed to leave.
Well, you're not allowed to use the crossing points because they're temporarily closed because the guard is about to step off.
I understand it's a private estate, and generally we don't really have any rights on a private estate. But
correct.
It's a bit. I find it just very worrying. I'm not trying to have a go at you. I apologise if I'm coming across as angry, but I find it a bit weird. I was just trying to leave, and I walked all the way around, and I couldn't get out.
This happens.
And I'm thinking, well,
on a daily basis at this time.
There's a temporary internment camp.
No. See, you're just being.
I know. I'm not being facetious. I'm being.
You're
creative with words. Creative.
No, you're trying to instigate an argument that you won't.
No, sorry.
And we're not going to have.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
Okay.
I'm not trying to argue.
When you enter, before the guard change, you have to obey the rules. The rules are at the moment because the guard is about to change off. We have to keep the roads closed.
Yeah, for sure.
And the crossing points, because if a member of public runs in front of those guards, they've got bayonets and stuff. They don't care. All they see is a target, and you'll just get speared by them, not us.
Speared.
They have bayonets on the end of their rifles,
Pretty
and
terrifying.
The horse guards have swords out, and they're not just there for show.
Yeah.
We get told if someone advances on one of those horses, don't get in the way, because if they go anywhere near those cavalry officers, they will protect themselves, and if you get in the way, they'll get you too. So we don't go near them.
That's pretty scary.
There we go.
Terrifying.
There we go. Confirmation. I hope that came out on the audio that we are actually in a small prison enclosure and we're not allowed to leave. And if you picked it up, you could replay it, but I said, oh, we don't have any rights on a private estate, do we? And he said, correct, you have no rights on a private estate. So what happens if the whole country becomes a private estate? Huh? Although he's not a scholar of imperial law. Let the security maestros leave the secure public grounds. They've got bayonets and they might stab you. They might get speared, he said, if you try to escape the prison compound. Release the prisoners. The prisoners are free. Oh, this is beautiful. This is what should happen at Guantanamo Bay. Oh my God, what have I done? This is definitely what should happen at Guantanamo Bay. Release them. There's no charge against them. The prisoners now thoroughly escaping into the world. You can see them all like disappearing. They let them go just for like a day, and then when they come back, they'll be imprisoned again. I couldn't help but think while I was sort of stuck in there. I was thinking that it reminded me of when I visited a nuclear bunker, which was in Essex. And it was a very strange place. We turned up at the nuclear bunker, and it's like a museum, and it's sort of self-led. You park your car in a little car park, and you follow the signs, and you end up at this little house, which is like half on a sort of hill. And you go in the front of the house. It looks like an ordinary house, and there's all these signs, and you pick up your little self-led audio tour thing, and it tells you to go into the back room. And you go into the back room, and there's a door, and you go through it, and then there's this long tunnel that leads deep underground. And then when you go down it, of course, you go all the way down through this massive metal door, and when you get inside, you learn that the long tunnel is specifically designed not just to lead underground, but in case people are infected with radiation, sort of like zombies. The army that are based in there have the ability to shoot them. So the long tunnel is so they can have a really long time to shoot them. And why are you allowed to shoot a zombified, radiated person? Well, because they're no longer a human being. And it just reminded me, everyone essentially in there, if you go anywhere near the people with the spears, the people with the guns, you're automatically labelled a criminal, maybe even labelled a terrorist, which means that you're no longer really have any rights at all. You are essentially like a zombie. And that's the way the system has been created.